Friday, the 19th of January 2018, made it exactly 2 months since the sad demise of Dr. Alex Ekwueme, GCON. Dr. Alex Ekwueme, first elected Vice President of Nigeria from 1979 to 1983, passed on at the age of 85. He is one of Nigeria's most respected statesmen, a man who has been described as a selfless and devout Christian. It was therefore not surprising to see the large turnout of dignitaries who came to honor late Dr. Alex Ekwueme at the Cathedral Church of Christ, Marina, Lagos. Governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikola Amosun, former Governor of Abia State, Dr. Odiuzo Kalu, founder FCMB, Otumba Michael Shubumi Balogun, former Commonwealth Secretary General, Chief Emeka Anyoko, one of Africa's richest women, Mrs. Folorunso Alakija, and her husband, Mr. Modukpe Alakija, among many other important dignitaries, were present. Dr. Alex Ekwueme, GCON, was born on the 21st of October 1932 at the Anglican Mission Compound in Nofija, in what is now Urumba South local government area of Anambra State, to the family of Lazarus Ibiabuchi and Agnes Nkwodoma Ekwueme in Anambra State. In January 1945, he gained admission into King's College, Lagos, on a government scholarship, where he was trained as a technical assistant, science and math instructor. He attended the University of Washington, where he earned a bachelor's degree in architecture and city planning. He later obtained his master's degree in urban planning. He proceeded to obtain a PhD in architecture from the University of Strathclyde, Glasgow, Scotland, before getting the BL Honours degree from the Nigerian Law School. In 1979, he became the first elected Vice President of Nigeria. His famous proposal at the NCC for a just and equitable power-sharing plan in Nigeria, based on the 6 geopolitical zones, have now come to be accepted as necessary for maintaining a stable Nigerian polity. Dr. Alex Ekwueme was a distinguished architect and a writer. His 70th birthday was marked with the launch of 2 books authored by him, From State House to Kirikiri and Whither Nigeria. Dr. Ekwueme had a quiet celebration of his 85th birthday on the 21st of October 2017 in company of his family, and he remained in high spirit until Sunday, the 29th of October 2017, when he suddenly took ill. He later passed on peacefully on Sunday, the 19th of November 2017. Dr. Ekwueme was a renowned philanthropist, a public servant and a man of peace. He will be greatly missed. The Commendation service kicked off with a processional hymn led by the choir, after which Mr. Ken Ekwueme, son of late Dr. Alex Ekwueme, read the epistle which was taken from the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 13 to 18.
Brothers and sisters, we want you to know the truth about those who have died, so that you will not be sad, as are those who have no hope. We believe that Jesus died and rose again, so we believe that God will take back with Jesus those who have died believing in Him. What we are teaching you now is the Lord's teaching. We who are alive on the day the Lord comes will not go ahead of those who have died. There will be the shout of command, the archangel's voice, the sound of God's trumpet, and the Lord Himself will come down from heaven. Those who have died believing in Christ will rise to life first. Then we who are living at that time will be gathered up along with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so we will always be with the Lord. So then, encourage one another with these words. This is the word of the Lord.
The Most Reverend Dr. Adebola Ademowo, Bishop of Lagos and Dean Emeritus, Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, who was represented by the former Provost, Cathedral Church of Christ, Reverend Yinka Omololu, retired, in his sermon, described the late Dr. Alex Ekwueme as a selfless politician who walked where others feared to tread. Reverend Yinka Omololu added that Late Dr. Alex Ekwueme was a good disciple of Christ who loved humanity. This he backed up with some of his many milestone achievements recorded by the courageous and peaceful politician who played politics the clean way. He therefore prayed that God should grant him eternal rest in his bosom.
This man spent 20 years as vice president and he lost money. Can that happen today? Then I came closer to him later through my colleague Dr. He was so gentle, so soft-spoken. And I asked myself, how is this man in politics? He doesn't belong there. But then, I got the answer later on. That's this man, Lord is familiar. He loves Nigeria. He was selfless. He came out of the position of the guilty with a negative analysis. Can we compare this gentleman with our politicians today? When people take our money, Dr. Ekwueme spent his own money for the good and benefit of his people, Nigerians.
Another session of hymnal renditions and prayers followed afterwards. The service also featured tributes and songs by the Old Boys Association of King's College, the alma mater of late Dr. Alex Ekwueme, as well as the Cathedral Church of Christ Youth Choir. The withdrawal hymn brought the service to an end. All roads later led to the Motion Center, Onikon, Lagos, where an evening of tributes and music for late Dr. Alex Ekwueme was held. It served as an opportunity for family members, friends, and associates to honor the man of the people. In attendance were former First Lady of Lagos State, Dame Abimbola Fashola, former Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Princess Sarah Adebisi Shoson, former Governor of Ogun State, Chief Olusegun Oshoba, Minister of Solid Minerals, Mines and Steel Development, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, Mr. Tony Elumelu, Chairman, United Bank for Africa, Professor Pat Utome, Erelu Kuti of Lagos, Erelu Abiola Dosumo, and younger brother of the deceased, Igwe, Professor Lazarus Ekwueme, the paramount ruler of Oko Kingdom, who is also a musicologist, composer, a scholar, and an actor. The event was moderated by the chairman and CEO Biscan Communications, Prince Bisi Olatilo, who did a fantastic job in ensuring a smooth flow of the event. The event kicked off on a rather high note as the Laz Ekwueme Choral, founded by Professor Laz Ekwueme, younger brother of late Dr. Alex Ekwueme, sang the national anthem in a classical style, after which the Very Reverend Monsignor Chris Boyo led in the opening prayer. It was a night of music from start to finish because the late Dr. Alex Ekwueme was an ardent lover of music, especially classical music. The first performances were titled The Marvelous Work by Joseph Haydn and The Holy City by Stephen Adams, which featured Project Fame voice coach Mrs. Dukwe Ige Kachi. The citation of late Dr. Alex Ekwueme was read by the event compere, Prince Bisi Olatilo. A documentary chronicling the life and times of the late Dr. Alex Ekwueme, as well as an exclusive interview with him, was shown to guests. It was a well-packaged documentary produced by UK-based presenter Ms. Judita da Silva.
Academia was going to play a very big part in your life. You have two brothers that are professors, and there's so many I have to read them out. You hold a Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Architecture, Bachelor of Law, Master of Arts, and a PhD in disciplines ranging from architecture and town planning to sociology, philosophy, and law. If you could put into words what academia means to you and its importance, what would you say?
Briefly, I would say that one should take every opportunity available to learn something. You can never know enough. As I said earlier on, I grew up in the mission compound, and the mission was known for the presence of the church and the school. So the school was right within our premises. And I cannot tell you exactly when I started school, because I just wandered as a child into the school, in and out.
So would you say education for you was a hobby more than something you felt obliged to do?
Well, yes, in a way. I had a scholarship full scholarship to do it. So that was a hobby. But all the other disciplines, I could say they were hobbies which I got into because I wanted to know a little more about other things than architecture.
The next music presentation session saw Mrs. Dukwe Ige Kachi in a solo performance of the song Adura Fun Alafia, with musical accompaniment of the piano by Ayo Bankole.
gbogbo wọn pátápátá, tọ́jú gbogbo wọn porogodo, tọ́jú wọn o, tọ́jú gbogbo wọn porogodo. Àsẹ̀yìnwá àsẹ̀yìnbọ̀.
In the goodwill message of the governor of Lagos State, Mr. Ekwueme, titled Leader of Leaders, as read by the event compere, Prince Bisi Olatilo, Governor Ekwueme described the late Dr. Alex Ekwueme as a well-respected elder statesman who carried himself with dignity and exuded knowledge, experience, and maturity, adding that he played an exemplary patriotic role in the field of politics. Governor Ekwueme also said that though late Dr. Alex Ekwueme was a temperate politician, he courageously stirred a group of eminent Nigerians that took a stand against General Sani Abacha's military rule, which no doubt demonstrated that he was an uncompromising Democrat. He therefore extended his condolences to his family and wished him eternal rest in the bosom of the Lord.
Dr. Ekwueme was a picture of remarkable, modest, despite his high educational achievements and impressive refinement, which distinguished him from many politicians of his era. It is noteworthy that the ruling party at the time, the National Party of Nigeria, was overthrown by soldiers who accused it of running corrupt government, but Dr. Ekwueme was deemed uncorrupted. He was a temperate politician, and it's on record that he defied dictatorship when he famously stirred a group of 34 eminent Nigerians that took a stand against General Sani Abacha's military rule. Dr. Ekwueme not only demonstrated that he had a steely interior, but also showed that he was an uncompromising Democrat. Farewell to a leader among leaders. May his soul rest in peace. Mr. Ekwueme, Governor, Lagos. Thank you.
Next was a video tribute to late Dr. Alex Ekwueme, which featured remarks by his proteges and contemporaries. It featured the likes of Otumba Shobumi Balogun, a bosom friend, who revealed that he owes his successes to late Dr. Alex Ekwueme.
A man of God and a good Christian, someone whom the good Lord to open the door for me in self-actualization when perceived doors were closed. But I, for one, would confess before my God and man that whatever I have become today, either in my professional life, in whatever else I've done to this country, Alex was the angel Gabriel, the good Lord sent to help me when the whole fortune.
Others who spoke were the Alakijas, the chairman, United Bank for Africa, Mr. Tony Lumelu, Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, Nigeria's Professor of Politics, Economy and Management expert, Professor Patu Tomi, and a host of others.
We're certainly going to miss Papa Ekwueme. Papa Ekwueme, as I remembered him, was a devout Christian, an elder statesman, a very patient and peaceful human being by nature. He used to refer to me as my sharper, and I used to wonder, why my sharper? It occurred to me that he was an extremely wise man. He was extremely sharp.
Ide is a rare gem to this country. Ide is such well-grounded statesman and a politician. I had the opportunity of coming close to Ide over the past decades. That relationship grew and developed between us as a father and son. As a son, I treasure Ide and have been very supportive of his political aspirations. Ide himself had also been very supportive of me.
As an untypical Nigerian political leader, he's left noble legacy, first to our politicians as a role model in the conduct of politics. Second, to our professionals in unsullied professionalism. Third, to our young people in diligence and the virtues of hard work. And then finally, I would say to all our citizens in integrity and patriotism.
Is that he's a detailed man, very well researched in anything he does, and no wonder he could switch, careers from being an architect to being a lawyer and to being many other things. He has this excellent spirit when it comes to anything he sets out to do.
The first thing that struck me over the years was that this is clearly a family man who made every attempt to unite every member of his family, particularly his children. And he gave them the best education money can buy to establish them in life, because he believes once you have a good education, that should be a stepping stone to greater things in life. In his political life, he was actually that man who gathered 34 elder statesmen to come together to be able to confront the military, to say enough is enough. You must return the country back to the federal government. And that he was able to do through his political party. He was very much part of the founders, the PDP party. And like they say, the rest is history.
More musical renditions followed afterwards, as the last Ekwueme choral dished out melodious musical collections. When it was time for tributes by the children of late Dr. Ekwueme, his children and their spouses made their way to the podium to pay tributes. The second daughter of late Dr. Ekwueme, Mrs. Chidi Onyemelukwe, née Ekwueme, a running mate of the governorship candidate in the Anambra elections, led the tribute session as she relived memories of their childhood with their beloved father, who she described as a man who loved his children, even though he was a very busy person.
Thank you so much for coming out to honor our dad. You heard so much about him as a politician, as a statesman, as a professional, but no one has heard anything about him as a father. He was, and this isn't cliche, he was a father in uncountable, as we used to say as children. It's not trillion or zillion, it's uncountable. Then that tells you how serious it is. He was a very busy father because he had such a large heart. He was a selfless giver. We're celebrating a wonderful dad. He had time for us, even though he was busy. He would come to our homes, you would cook for him, he would eat, he would take us on cruises. So I think we kind of succeeded in mellowing him a little as he grew older. Because I mean, cruise, I don't think that was one of our needs. But you know, we got to get those. So thank God God for him. God bless you for coming. May we all live to be at least 85 years old to the glory of God in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Thank you.
The event also featured a documentary on the late Dr. Alexei Ekwueme's visits to his alma mater, the King's College, Lagos, which dovetailed into the presentation of the school's song by members of the Old Boys Association of King's College, led by Chief Phillips Asiodu, who is the chairman of the Board of Trustees of the association. Another session of musical performances followed afterwards. In the vote of thanks by Mrs. Adeze Ekwueme, she appreciated all for their prayers and support since the demise of her father, prayed for safe journey back to their various destinations.
You know, all of us that came here today, I know it wasn't easy, you know, it wasn't cheap. It wasn't easy. A lot of planning and a lot of finances went into it. So thank you for supporting that and for helping with that. So everyone, please, we thank you for coming here once again, and we pray for journey mercies back to your homes, and we hope to see you at some other events that we're planning to honor my dad. Thank you once again.
Just as the event began on a high note, it also ended well as Igwe Professor Ekwueme conducted the Ekwueme choral in singing the Hallelujah chorus, which brought the event to an end. The next port of call as Dr. Alex Ekwueme begins his final journey home will be London on Saturday, the 27th of January 2018 for the Memorial Church service at St. Marylebone Parish Church, London. There will also be a service of songs for Dr. Alex Ekwueme organized by the federal government at the International Conference Center, Abuja on Sunday, the 28th of January 2018. On Monday, the 29th of January 2018, there will be a parade of honor at the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, while Dr. Ekwueme's body will depart thereafter to Enugu were to be received by the Southeast governors at the Akanibiam International Airport in Enugu. Ekwueme's body will be conveyed in a motorcade to Awka for a commendation service by the Anambra State Government on Friday, the 1st of February 2018, to be followed by a service of songs at his hometown, Oko, a day after the Southeast Commendation service at Opera Square in Enugu. The interment will be preceded by the Lion in State at his residence and the funeral service at the St. John the Divine Church on Saturday, the 2nd of February 2018. From the management and staff of Biscon Communications, we commiserate with the family of late Dr. Ifeanyichukwu Ekwueme. May his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Amen.